Alright guys, today we're going to react to this video posted by Collin Cowheard. It's a truth bomb about the special relationship between Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. And he goes in a lot of good points, so I want to go ahead and react to it, let him speak, say what he has to say, and not give my thoughts and opinions. So I do have to put up this little thing right here because if I don't, they'll take down my video. So because they don't really show any graphics anyway, they just talk. It's not really a big deal. But let's go ahead and listen up.
Best players aren't close. And that is why it's really, really important when you are drafting a quarterback to get the right personality. You want a Jalen Hurts. You want a guy that can be, a leader, a worker. He's in the room a lot. He relates to players. It matters. Brady, Edelman, Gronk, Mahomes, Kelsey, Montana, Rice, all close. 10 total Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, closest relationship he ever had, Super Bowl. By the way, Peyton Manning, Dallas Clark. Matt Stafford immediately connected at a high level with Cooper Kupp, Super Bowls. By the way, Big Ben in his last 7-8 years was not close to young receivers. They struggled. Josh Allen, Stefon Diggs, we've got warning signs. Aaron Rodgers last year wasn't pretty, didn't really connect with young receivers. Baker Mayfield, OBJ, never tight. OBJ's dad releases a video. Whether you like it or not, it said something. They never recovered. Baker never really recovered there. So with Stefon Diggs, Josh Allen, and Kirk Cousins, he has battled. And I've said this before. Cincinnati is unique. Kansas City is unique. New England felt unique. They were all guys. In the off-season, they'd hang. They'd go to the Kentucky Derby. They go to Vegas. They go to big events. They like each other. It matters. Companies are better. That's why they have company retreats and company picnics and company lunches. Companies hang out at water parks and golf courses.
To his point right there, that's why we saw this offseason, Jamar Chase, I think DeMar Hamlin, and I believe Tyler Boyd all went not dirt biking together. I forget what they're called, like the vehicles where they go off roads and stuff. They all hung out together, spent the whole entire offseason together. And that is definitely really good at building. But here's another thing that I know he's going to bring up in a second, but I do want to bring this up right now. It's also about, Jamar Chase is okay with T. Higgins getting his share of the targets. He's okay with Tyler Boyd getting his share of targets. He's okay with Irv Smith getting his share of the targets. The reason why a lot of these situations fail in the NFL is because you have diva receivers. And you go back to it, Antonio Brown, the situation with Pittsburgh failed because he was a diva. He always wanted the football. He wanted to be the guy. Odell Beckham in Cleveland, he wanted to be the guy. He wanted to always get the football, always catch the football, always make plays, always be the superstar. And when you have these diva receivers, it doesn't work out. Because even if you have the best quarterback of all time, you're not going to win a game if you have to just target one receiver. We saw this whole situation right now with Stefon Diggs, how he's upset now because he didn't get the ball on the Cincinnati Bengals versus Bills game, the playoff game. He didn't get the ball on the last drive. The last drive Buffalo had, he got 0 targets. He's mad about that. I should get the ball. No, it shouldn't be that one receiver gets the football. It should be whoever is open and is on the best on that play. Whoever's open is the best option gets the football. It's the Devo receiver mentality that all the players he just listed, they're not divas. Cooper Kupp with Stafford. Cooper Kupp's not a diva. You have Edelman, all Patriots receivers pretty much with Tom Brady. None of them were divas. The only real diva, and no, even Randy Moss wasn't a diva. Randy Moss was kind of, extra, but he wasn't a diva. He didn't need the ball every single play. Tyreek Hill with the Kansas City Chiefs, he was a diva. So, and then the Kansas City Chiefs get rid of him, and they go win a Super Bowl. You can't have a diva receiver because they destroy the chemistry with your team. They split locker rooms. They create problems with the quarterback because now the quarterback, some people are going to agree with the diva receiver and say he's the problem. When reality, usually it's the Devo receiver who's the problem. It's a mess whenever you have a Devo receiver, and that is another reason why I freaking love Jamar Chase, because he's not like that. He knows he's the best. He is the best. But he's not going to go out there and throw tantrums if T. Higgins has a game where he goes off and he gets more yardage or more receptions, more targets than Chase. He's not going to go off if, the run game is popping, right? And they just run Joe Mixon the whole game, and that's how the game ends up going, right? While if you go to Buffalo with Stefon Diggs, I guarantee you if they ran the ball 40 times in a game and Diggs had 0 catches, he would go bonkers. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Courses so people can get along. It's a better environment. So Stefon Diggs is still in his prime, has tremendous value, but I think you notice that during the offseason, they are becoming in Buffalo, look at the architecture. They went and got the best tight end in the draft. They now have 2 very good tight ends. They got a running back. They drafted another wide receiver that Josh Allen has already publicly said nice things about. So what does it mean? They're going to be less reliant on Stefon Diggs, who blew up with Kirk Cousins as well. It should be noted that once a relationship between a quarterback and a receiver goes south, I was thinking about it this morning. Baker and OBJ, T.O. and McNabb, Dez and Dak. You can't unsour the milk. You got to throw the milk out. And you're not getting rid of quarterbacks. So in most cases, the wide receiver leaves. As great as Jamar Chase is, or Travis Kelce is, if they were a problem, they'd be gone. So Tyreek Hill, had some off-field stuff. Tyreek Hill wanted the ball more, saw himself as the centerpiece of the offense. Kansas City moved on and won a Super Bowl without him. So I do think it's going to be a very interesting. Does Buffalo have to take a step back, watch the Bills this year, run the ball with more consistency, target the tight ends with more consistency, try to become less reliant on Stefon Diggs? But I was trying to think this morning with the guys, once you have a relationship, quarterback-receiver, and it goes a little south, it's hard to get it north. It is hard. Milk goes sour. It never unsours. I don't know what it is. I just couldn't think of one off the top of my head. I sat for 5 minutes, and I couldn't think of a single one where they went sideways, and then they reeled it back in, and they were great friends. Generally doesn't work that way. J-Mac with the news.
No. And again, that's why, this connection between Chase, Higgins, obviously Boyd might leave soon, but going to be Charlie Jones in the future then. That's why it's so important. And that's why this receiving core is better than any other receiving core in the NFL. Don't get me wrong, right now it doesn't seem like Jay Jettis is going to be a diva receiver in any way, so I don't want to put that, bad mojo on Jay Jettis, but it's just almost impossible. You look at history for a star receiver not to become a diva and not to become that sour relationship, especially when they're at the level that Jamar Chase is at, right? DeAndre Hopkins, there was problems between him and Kyler Murray. Not Kyler Murray, when he was back with the Texans before he got traded. It happens, right? And it's just a part of football. Whenever a receiver gets too big for the britches, they get to a point where they want to be the limelight. They want to be everything. They want to be that Hall of Famer. They want to go win Super Bowls, and problems happen. So just absolutely another W for us having a really great chemistry between us three, between our main 3 guys, Chase, T, and Joe. As always, good luck, Buffalo, because you guys are going to need it. I'll definitely say that. Peace out.